Why, hello there. And welcome to the stream. We've got to talk some Ahsoka. I'm pretty excited to do just that. What's up, everybody? Welcome. So, no nerd theory tonight. Theory is traveling in the outer rim once again. But don't you worry. We're going to hold it down, and we're going to speak on Ahsoka episode 7. 2 episodes left. Guys, 2 episodes left. Can you believe it? 2 weeks left, man. 2 weeks left. So we've got this week, we've got next week, and at least it looks like the strike's going to be over. It looks like they're going to be able to get back to work on the next Star Wars thing. But even still, Acolyte could end up being really good. Skeleton Crew could end up being really good. But I mean, to me, nothing has hit the way Ahsoka is hitting right now. Nothing in a long, long time. Probably Mando Season 2 was the last time that it hit for me like this. So, for us Star Wars fans, it's a little bit, it's savor these next 2 weeks, because we're not gonna have it. We're not gonna have it for a while, guys. For a while. And it's a little bit of a bummer. So, let me ask you this. Let's start with this. And by the way, we are going to go into leaks, rumors, spoilers, all of that sort of stuff tonight. So if you don't want that, this is not the stream for you. I will say what I always say, and especially when it comes to these 2 episodes, there's a lot of stuff we don't really know about, guys. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know. So even though we're going to try to piece some things together, and we may be talking about a few things that you haven't heard about, take it all with a grain of salt. We could be talking about some stuff tonight that doesn't end up happening. Maybe there's some people that got some stuff wrong. Maybe a certain Reddit user is trying to throw us off the scent now. Wouldn't that be crazy? You better not be. But so we're going to talk about all of that. And then at the very end of the stream, one of the things I want to talk about is a big moment that I believe is supposed to happen either in episode 7 or 8. Let me double check this. It's 7 or 8. We don't really know. Okay. But a big moment that's going to happen towards the end here that I can't figure out. I have no idea what it actually means. And we'll talk about it together. And unfortunately, it might mean that my Abeloth theory is incorrect. So, but we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. But here's where I want to start. I would like you guys to let me know, out of 10, where is your hype level for this, the 7th episode of Ahsoka? What do you think? Where's your hype level at? A 12? That's over 10. Oh, go one at a time. Hang on now. Okay, so we got, these are high scores, man. 8's the lowest I've seen so far. A lot of people over 10. It is funny because it's obviously, like, you're not supposed to be going over 10. But, like, real talk, I don't get that answer a lot. So it just shows that, like, people are really, really excited about this episode. Super hyped up for it. I'm incredibly excited. Like I said, like, I'm super high on Ahsoka right now. I think episode 6 was the best episode of the show. It's my favorite episode of the show, and it really sets the stage for what's to come in episode 7. So, without further ado, I guess we should begin. So, let me ask you, chat. We'll be a little interactive with this. What was the last thing that happened in episode 6 of Ahsoka? What was the last thing that happened? Do you remember? Do you remember? It's Palpatine? No, I hope not. Do you guys remember the final scene? Yeah. So I kind of put it on the thumbnail, or I teased it out on the thumbnail. Okay. So the 6th episode ends with Thrawn being made aware that Ahsoka is on her way. Okay? And so Ahsoka's on her way. Thrawn is aware of it. And Thrawn says to the Great Mothers, I shall once again need that magic. I'm going to need that. You know what I mean? But one of the things that's kind of curious here that's obviously being set up is that Thrawn is going to learn that Ahsoka's master was one Anakin Skywalker. Okay? Now, this is really cool and exciting for a couple of different reasons. I mean, number one, it probably means more Anakin, and I guess we'll talk about the first kind of leak or rumor that's out there, and I believe this is from that Reddit user who's Economics Legal 6989. Very cool name. It's actually the worst name ever. I hope you're watching, because that's the worst Reddit handle I've ever seen in my life. Economics Legal. Maybe that's intentional. Anyway, so according to Economics Legal, there was going to be a scene of Anakin in episode 7 via a hologram. Okay? And a lot of people kind of putting this all together. Like, I believe Bespin talked about this. I think some other people talked about this. The lines in the trailer, right? Where you have Anakin talking about how, I've got to train you for more than droids. You can do this, Ahsoka. Like, those lines. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Those lines are apparently from the hologram. Again, I believe that was sort of Bespin and maybe some other folks. So the way I'm sort of thinking about this is we may see a hologram being shown to Grand Admiral Thrawn of Anakin Skywalker. And perhaps he'll be seeing, Anakin giving that speech or training Ahsoka or something like that. Okay? Don't know how exactly the Nicers would have that. It depends on how much of the old Republic, or I guess, the Republic records were kept by the Empire, shown to Thrawn, or perhaps even gathered on his ship. But there's so much we don't know. So much we don't know about that. I doubt we're getting an Anakin flashback. It's possible, of course, and we're going to get there in a second. There's one other thing I want to talk about right here. Sorry, I'm a little bit nasally. The other big rumor that's out there for episode 7 is that you'll see C-3PO. Now, originally, what up, Fernie? Fernie, we got to talk about your character, but I'm going to get off track. we got to call. We got to have a call. Okay, anyway. So, C-3PO in episode 7 as well. Now, when I originally thought or heard about this, I thought, well, perhaps that means Leia's in it as well, and maybe she is. Maybe it's a scene of, like, the Senate back in the other galaxy. It's Leia, and then C-3PO's with her. The more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know, and there's some conflicting reports. Like, this Economics Legal person said that Leia's not in the show. So now I'm kind of thinking, maybe it's the hologram as well, the hologram with Anakin. Maybe it's Anakin and C-3PO. I don't know. I don't really know how that all fits together. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure how we're going to see C-3PO in the show. But the Anakin thing is really interesting. And one of the cool things that's going to happen here is that Thrawn has experience with Anakin. Not only as Anakin Skywalker, but as Darth Vader as well. And if you've read that book, it's really cool. And by the way, I'm hoping some of you guys have read that book, because I had a question in my notes and I wanted to ask you, chap. I'm pretty sure that in that book, they fight the Grisk at one point. Do they not? Do they not? So they're on Batu, right? I think the Grisk are on Batu, maybe? Yeah, see, they do. Cool. Okay, so a couple of different things going on here. It's really interesting. It would be great if Thrawn, when looking over this hologram or realizing that it's Anakin's Padawan, it would be fantastic if we got some dialogue about Thrawn's relationship to Anakin. And Thrawn, again, got to see Anakin as a Jedi and then as Vader as well. And obviously, Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker, a monumental force of a character that sort of just... everything in Star Wars is sort of propelled forward by Anakin, right? So it's so damn cool that Thrawn has experiences with him, and it would be very interesting to know what would Thrawn say about Anakin? What does Thrawn think of Anakin? What does he think of Anakin having a Padawan? And I think, the most important part of it is, how will he prepare to face the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker? Because he's got to know that Ahsoka, probably just like her master, will be an absolute force of nature. That she will defy all strategy, all preparedness, how do you prepare for somebody like that? If it were Anakin, what would Thrawn do if it was Anakin? You know what I mean? It's a really interesting question because Thrawn is a master tactician. A dead army? Well, that's a start, right? Thrawn is a master tactician, okay? And he's been out here stranded for a long time, surviving. And I do like the details that his military uniform isn't even, it's, it doesn't look like it's all shabby, but there are definitely wear and tear and signs of degradation on the suit, which is so interesting because it sort of shows a military person in a pressed uniform. It's like a statement of organized thought, of principled behavior, all of these different things. The way an officer looks is supposed to mean something. And so I do find it interesting that Thrawn is a little disheveled, not by much, but a little. He's been out here for 30 years or something? He's about 70 now, right? And so it's interesting. What is that person, that tactician, what does he think of facing down the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker? That's fantastic. And I do wonder if there'll be any mention of the Grisk, or if the Grisk are a thing here, which not really sure. But yeah, if the Grisk are a thing here. Oh, he was only out there for 10 years? They go out, Lothal, basically right before A New Hope, right, is the end of Rebels. And they're gone through the entire OT, right? And there's how long is the span of the original OT? So maybe it is 10 years. Okay. So he's only been gone about 10 years. But how far is this after Endor, I guess? What would that be? Because isn't this supposed to be 5 years after? So it could be 15 years. Yeah, so it could be 15 years. Interesting. Okay, anyway, that's super cool. I wonder if there'll be any mention of the Grisk, but to be honest with you, nothing in the leaks. No, there's been nothing really about that. You know what I mean? I think at one time, I don't even know where the greater threat thing comes from. When I was talking about it, I was talking about an old Rebels season or a Rebels sequel series, an animated show, and leaks for that. And I was like, well, maybe these correlate to now Filoni's plan, but I don't know where this greater threat thing even came from. I don't even know if it's real, so we'll see. But regardless of all that, I'm fascinated to see what Thrawn thinks of that, and I think that's going to be a huge part of the episode, is him and realizing that it's Anakin, and I think that's where maybe the hologram comes in and all those sort of stuff. Again, take it all with a grain of salt. We're just speculating here. We're not really sure. But yeah, what is the strategy? Is it just more troopers? Is there going to be something else going on? I'm not really sure. But I'm fascinated by it, and I'm super excited to see it. So the next thing that I want to talk about, as far as a prediction for tomorrow, a lot of signs from the different insiders and the scoopas are that these last two episodes are going to be very thrilling and have a lot of action. So we know from, I think it was Making Star Wars Leaks, that there was a huge battle on that grassy area, which is basically Peridia, the outdoor location for Peridia. The economics legal dude described the last two episodes as thrilling and said that they're going to be, well, just that, but I mean, it implies a lot of action. The economics legal dude said that there's at least one more space battle in the show. And to me, that feels like when Ahsoka and the Purgle come out of hyperspace, very likely to be attacked by TIE fighters. I mean, Thrawn gives that order, right? Thrawn gives that order to, I believe he gives it to the Night Sisters, actually, strangely enough, right? But he says if the Purgle come anywhere near, like, open fire on it or something, right? So I think you'll probably have, like, the Purgle come out. You know, the big Purgle will let Ahsoka and her ship out, and then her and Hugh Huang will fly towards the planet and likely be intercepted by a bunch of TIE fighters, right? So I imagine, because I kind of get the feeling, and I don't know, like, you guys let me know what you think. I think they might save the most of the action for episode 8. And I feel like what you get is like a little mini taste of it in episode 7. So, like, you get a little Thrawn thing, you get a little Anakin thing. The Purgle show up. They have a fight with the TIE fighters. It's possible that Ahsoka's ship, like, crashes, or perhaps she hears, you know, Ezra calling through the Force or something and, like, lands somewhere else. But I would expect that at some point Ahsoka is going to meet up with Sabine and Ezra. Now, one of the reasons I think that is because the Reddit user leaked, or no, I think this was Jason, actually. I think Making Star Wars leaked that there's supposed to be a fight where Baylan takes on Ahsoka, Sabine takes on Shin, and then Ezra is handling the night troopers, those crazy undead stormtroopers. And this is supposedly where we're going to get the Force karate and maybe even the Kamehamehas or the Hadouken. You know, that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, I've been waiting for that, bro. I've been waiting for that shit, you know? I'm a huge Ezra fan. Love Ezra as a character. So powerful. People don't give credit to Ezra, man. People need to put some respect on Ezra's name. Very powerful Jedi. Very strong in the Force. And I think we're going to get to see it. And we're going to get to see this man handling business without a lightsaber. And I've been waiting a long time for that. That's going to be really, really cool, okay? So I expect, because, like, if you think about it, Shin and Baylan are already tracking them down. So the way I'm kind of seeing it in my head, and again, it's just a theory, right? It's just a theory. But the way I'm seeing it in my head is like, the Purgle come in, and there's a big TIE fighter, you know, and Hugh Huang's like, oh dear, you know, and then maybe they crash land somewhere, and then Ezra and Sabine are like, we gotta go get her, and then that would be like Baylan and Shin would be like, well, we gotta go get her, and that's where they all kind of end up, and then we have like a big fight there. I believe that fight will not end well for Baylan, Shin, and all of them, and maybe they retreat back to the castle. Okay, so, you know, something like Ezra's like, and then, you know, that's pretty much exactly what it'll be. And then I kind of expect that, they'll go back to the castle and sort of like retreat back into the castle. Check my notes here. Yeah, I got notes. Oh, yeah. Side note. I wrote it down. Side note. Hugh Huang might know stuff about Peridia. Cool! Exclamation point. So this dude, I mean, I've heard people say it's like 25,000, maybe 30,000 years old. And he knows a lot about these ancient stories. He's 75% original parts. A lot of cool stuff has come via the Hugh Huang character commenting on this, that, second, and the third. So if he knows some stuff about Peridia, could be really cool to get a little bit of insight from Hugh Huang when it comes to Peridia, Jedi, fairy tales, stuff like that. That could be really, really cool. So I'm excited to potentially get some of that. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of dialogue I'm going to be sort of hanging on every word for when it comes to this episode, because there's a lot of stuff I'm really interested. You know, like what is Thrawn going to say about Anakin? What is Hugh Huang going to say about Peridia? Et cetera, et cetera. Now, because we think that fight is going to happen with Ahsoka on Balin, Shin, Ezra, or Shin and Sabine and Ezra handling the troopers, it kind of makes sense that there would be some kind of meeting between Sabine, Ezra, and Ahsoka. Maybe short-lived if they're, being under attack or something, but a meeting nonetheless. So, a couple of things. This is going to be a cool scene, right? Because it's like, Ahsoka's going to be there. Sabine kind of messed up, She went to the dark side a little bit, made a what would you call it? A goof? A no-no? She done screwed up, right? So I wonder if that'll be like the situation. That's how they're going to break what happened. And Ahsoka's like, oh, she didn't tell you? You got to hear this, Ezra, and then they talk about it or whatever. I'm also interested if there's going to be some kind of a dialogue between Ezra and Ahsoka. Unless I'm mistaken, the last time I saw a scene with Ezra and Ahsoka was in the World Between Worlds. Am I wrong? The last time those two characters were in a scene together was in the World Between Worlds. Am I wrong? Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong. That's crazy. That's bananas. That feels like something you gotta talk about. That feels like something that's gotta come up in the conversation. And considering that she was just back in the World Between Worlds, I mean, it's fascinating, right? And I don't know. I mean, they might not even have that much time to go over it. Maybe Balin and Shin are just right on them. But nonetheless, that could be really cool. Get a scene between them talking about that. She said she would come find him as well. Ooh, fascinating. Yeah, that's cool. Coming full circle. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. So I'm excited about that dialogue, that reunion. That's going to be really cool. And I hope we get some good insight and pushing the story forward from there. But like I said, I feel like it kind of has to then transition into that sort of first wave fight. Unless Thrawn has a completely new plan. Like, unless he, pulls them back and has a completely new plan. That's kind of the way that I think it'll go. Now, like I said, I think they'll retreat back to the castle. And I got to tell you, I mean, the way I'm seeing this, and this is speculation, but the way I'm seeing this is, I think they're just going to try to sort of hold the castle, prevent them from stopping them. I think Thrawn's plan is going to be like a Helm's Deep. They're going to basically Helm's Deep in this castle, the Kujit castle, right? And I think Sabine, Ezra, Ahsoka, maybe Hugh Wang, maybe some wolves will storm the castle, assault the castle. That's kind of the way I see it, because I'm just trying to put myself in the position of Thrawn. And it's like, what would you do? Yeah, probably just man the walls, try to stop them from coming in, and then just effing leave, especially if you shoot down her ship, right? And part of the reason I think the ship's going to go down is because we've heard that Ahsoka, and I think this comes from, I don't remember if this is Jason or if this is Bestman, but one of the scoopers was saying that you're going to get a scene where Ahsoka rides the wolf into battle with her lightsabers. You know what I mean? So, does that happen in this episode? Does that happen when they try to storm the castle? What? How would that happen exactly? I don't really know, but it's really interesting. It's really, really fascinating, okay? So, I think Thrawn's plan might be just to hold the castle. And maybe they assault the castle, and that's kind of how it all works from there, okay? Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Okay, we already talked about that. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of different things here, okay? So let's talk about what's calling to Balin, and we can talk about Balin in general, because Balin's a super interesting character. He had the Arabish of Luke, Leia, Han, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Ben. Did y'all see that? Right? It kind of broke over the weekend. Somebody saw it. He's got it on the wrist. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it's just a cool Easter egg? Or what do you think? Do you think it means something? And Chewbacca? Oh, shit. Yeah. I think it's an Easter egg. But what does it mean? Yeah, I thought of all sorts of things. I mean, it's potentially a... I mean, it is potentially a hit list. It's potentially people that helped destroy the Emperor. You know what I mean? I just don't get the droids being on there, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't really know. It's interesting. I wonder if it'll tie into anything, because like either he's the worst hitman ever, or because you know what I was thinking about is kind of funny. Like, he didn't kill them, right? We know that, but they did all die, pretty much most of them. So is Disney doing the job that Balin couldn't by killing all of the Skywalkers off? I'll be here all week. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for that one. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be it could just be an Easter egg. It could just be for fun. I kind of have like a hard time believing Dave would just do that for no reason, though. You know what I mean? I feel like he might have something up his sleeve with it. But who knows? That's pretty cool. The other thing that's on everybody's mind is like, what is calling to Balin? Okay. Now, I believe it's Abeloth. I believe there are a lot of signs that it's Abeloth, but we did also get this crazy reveal that this castle / tomb / catacombs or whatever it is was there in the name of Kujit. Okay. Now, Kujit, as many of you guys know, because you probably watched the videos, everybody's talking about this. Kujit is one of the Zepho sages from the Jedi Fallen Order games. And apparently Kujit dies, and he's like this horrible, like, dark side ruler of the Zepho. And after he dies, they all pilgrimage out into the new beyond or into some new galaxy or whatnot, right? And so a lot of people are like trying to put this together. What does this mean? And, you know, I did a big video about this. There's Zepho in the early concept art for Ahsoka. And it really does feel like the Zepho are purposely a big part of this. And Dave's like exploring this past history of not only the galaxy, but like these different galaxies. And the way I was kind of interpreting it, it was like, okay, so I think the Dathomiri, or rather the witches, the witch kingdom of the Dathomiri, is older than the Zepho, but the Zepho kind of start in our galaxy and are older than the Night Sisters there. So maybe they start around the same time. The Night Sisters come into our galaxy at one point, end up on Dathomir. The Zepho are like all around, but then leave to go to Peridia and erect this thing for Kujit. And we're not 100% sure, like, how does this all fit together? Are they trying to bring Kujit back to life? I'm not really sure. And chat, I wanted to ask you this because I don't... Okay, so in the game, right? In the Fallen Order game, you guys help me out here. Do any of the sages, like, or any of the tombs, do they call to Cal? Because I think a lot of people are like, okay, so is it just Kujit that's calling to Balin? And yeah, I didn't think so. So I don't think it's Kujit. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Now, according to this leaker, right? Economics, whatever, 69. According to this leaker, because they were directly asked, does Balin find what's calling to him? And essentially, I think they implied maybe in season 2, but they don't think that'll resolve in season 1. And the person did say, let me find it here because it made me all sad. Okay, it's like they don't know or believe so based on it. Something in season 2. People are expecting too much, theorizing about Abeloth, etc. Damn it! So the Abeloth thing might not be true. But here's the deal. The way that this person answered it, there's a couple of different reasons as to why it could still be Abeloth. I know. Don't panic, chat. Don't panic. I'm gonna come up with some primetime copium. I'm about to give you the greatest copium you've ever had in your whole life. I'm gonna serve it up. I'm cooking. Ready? Here we go. Number 1. This person's implying that it's in season 2. It could be something that Dave is just saving and nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows what it is. So this person does not know what it is. And they're just assuming it's not Abeloth. And they're just assuming Dave wouldn't do that. And they're like, nah, like whatever. Okay. So that's number 1 way it could be Abeloth. Number 2 way it could be Abeloth. This person knows that it's Abeloth, but now knows that everybody's hanging on their every word on Reddit. And they're trying to throw us off the scent. And trying to rain on my parade because I think it's Abeloth. So maybe Abeloth. I don't know. But then there's this other thing here, okay? This other thing we got to talk about, okay? It's kind of spoilery. And it might explain this whole Abeloth thing too. Okay. So, and again, take this with a grain of salt. We don't know. This person could be messing with us. For all we know, this person could be messing with us. So take it with a grain of salt. Okay? I want to read this because it's like, what? Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. I just want to read exactly what it is because it's like so damn crazy. Okay, here we go. There is a Thor Ragnarok moment in the show. What is described exactly is this. I don't have to beat, or you can't beat me. I don't have to beat you. Explosion, you know the drill. You flick too hard? No, that's the Love and Thunder one. I'm talking about the good one, Ragnarok. So, what do you got? Do you remember what scene they're talking about from Thor Ragnarok? Anybody? Hello? Okay, let me take you through it. So at the end of Thor Ragnarok, they realize they can't beat Hela. They can't beat Hela. But Surtur can. Yeah. So they wake up Surtur and allow Surtur to destroy Asgard along with Hela. Okay. So the question is, I mean, what the hell? Dude, it's not Ghost Anakin. Y'all are so crazy. Y'all are so crazy. I mean, come on, man. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, chat. I can't beat you, but friggin' Ghost Anakin Skywalker can, and then he comes in and whoops that ass? Of course. Absolutely. I would really like it. I don't see that being the thing, okay? And so, again, it's like, okay, well then, here's what I keep thinking. I'm like, okay, well then, like, is it the thing that's calling to Balin? And by the way, I think a lot of us are assuming, and this is where, because I like leaks and I think it's fun because there's so many different ways you can interpret them, we're all assuming that this is the heroes of the show that are going to Thor Ragnarok Thrawn. However, another thing that we've heard is that Thrawn is going to win. That Thrawn is going to make it out back to the galaxy. And on top of that, somebody from the heroes is not coming back with them. Probably Ahsoka. Don't know for sure, but probably Ahsoka. So how does this all fit together? It's like so confusing, right? So if it's a Thor Ragnarok situation where Ahsoka's like, I don't have to beat you, but Abeloth will, or whatever, just as an example, then how does Thrawn win and get away? If it's a Thrawn situation, how does Ahsoka stay, not be destroyed, and have a moment with Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost, which is rumored for the last episode as well, right? How does this all fit together? I don't understand. You know what I think it might be, chat? And this is literally based on nothing but a gut feeling. You know what I think it'll be? You know what I think it could be? The Noti? Oh, hell nah. If Dave has these little crab people like whoop Thrawn's ass or something like that, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, they're like, we'll use the power of friendship. Nah, bro. No, thank you. Okay, so here's what I think it's going to be. Do y'all remember in the Bad Batch Season 2, that big-ass Zepho-looking super weapon AT-AT thing? Y'all remember? Do you remember? So what was the deal with that thing? Wasn't it kind of like AI or something? It also does look kind of like the tower they are in. Yup. Didn't that thing come out of a mountain? Didn't it? It did terraforming. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? So, did it, like, was it controllable? Did they have any control over it, or did it, just do its thing? I remember you hating on the Bad Batch. I thought Season 1 was okay. But I like Season 2 a lot. No control. You know who might be able to control such a device, though? Ezra Bridger. Obama? Absolutely. Because there's a moment, I think, in the very start of Season 3 of Rebels where Ezra actually does a crazy powerful thing where he controls an AT-AT, has it, or no, so it was just a walker, right? But he has it blast its own men and then walk off the platform. You all remember that? And he just does it all. He was like, and then just like he's controlling the thing, and then he has it like walk off the platform. That shit was awesome. A little dark side too. So that's not anywhere. I don't know if that's gonna be what it is or not. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think we're in for a fire ass episode tomorrow, man. And then there's some other stuff too, but maybe we'll save that for the finale. You know what I mean? But that's basically kind of where I'm at with everything, guys, and like all the stuff that I really wanted to talk about. A lot of it's sort of based on speculation. There's a lot out there, nothing succinct about it, but just kind of trying to put the pieces together. That's the general gist of what I think is going to happen in the episode. So I'm looking forward to Thrawn finding out about Anakin. I'm looking forward to what I think will be a space fight with Ahsoka, TIE fighters, and the Purrgil. I'm looking forward to a big fight in the Highlands, which is probably going to see a rematch of Baylan and Ahsoka. Now Ahsoka's Ahsoka the White, and she's got her mojo back, right? So that should be a good fight. Sabine and Shin will fight. I wonder if Shin's a little more conflicted now just because of everything that's going on. And we get to see Ezra do Force Karate, so I'm really excited to see that. And then, potentially a big battle at the castle or something. And I suppose if that Zepho machine thing does pop off and, like, destroy the castle, then I guess that could help them try to stop Thrawn and all that, too. So we'll have to see. The Bendu? I mean, I doubt it, man. I doubt it. But, we'll see. Now, one other thing I want to say here before we get into the Q&A is, like, to me, again, I just really think it's Abeloth. And dude, by the way, we're just having fun, right? We're just, like, theorizing, speculating, and having fun. But, like, one of the reasons I think it is probably Abeloth is this idea of her needing to be there, especially if Ahsoka ends up staying on Peridia, right? If Thrawn and some of the heroes get away, but Ahsoka stays on Peridia, and there's supposedly a scene where, like, Anakin kind of gives her the nod as a Force ghost. He's, like, pleased with his apprentice and her progress. Then it sort of speaks to me that, like, she's supposed to be there to stop whatever this great evil is, or to, like, protect something, or, you know, there's, like, a purpose for her to be there. So to me, the Abeloth thing makes it all make sense, because you would potentially want someone there to make sure nobody wakes Abeloth up, or, like, lets Abeloth out, or drinks from the fountain if that's there, or whatever, right? So it kind of, like, to me, if Ahsoka has cosmic destiny, you know, it would kind of make sense for her to be in a place like that. So we'll see. You know, it is a wild theory. So we'll just see. But either way, man, I'm quite excited. Oh, dude, Fernie, I didn't think of that. Yo, you're probably right. You're probably right, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. Josh gonna bet his hair over Abeloth? Yeah, you fucking wish. Mandalore, you wish. Not today. Not today. Thoughts on Sony hacking? What should we do, LOL? I mean, I don't know, bro. I got no idea. I mean, I'm not a PlayStation person. So I'll probably be good, you know, but sorry for y'all. Okay, let's get into these super chats, member chats, and all the chats, and then we'll chat it up, and then we'll be going at it again tomorrow. Man, I can't wait for the watch party tomorrow. I think it's gonna be magical, dude. I think it's gonna be magical. Yeah. Overbound Game Studio says we need a Filoni emoji. We absolutely do. I think the truth is, like, Ryan usually makes the emojis and puts them in there, and he's kind of grumpy about Star Wars. He doesn't even like Star Wars, so that's probably why he's not doing it. Jens with a 10 spot. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. If Theory don't want my money, it goes to Papa Josh, says Jens. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm sure he wants it. He's just traveling. You know what I mean? It's all good. Daddy Longleg says, there's 1K people watching and only 148 likes. That's a goddamn tragedy. But I just looked up and there's more now, so we're good. Step it up, y'all. Well, I appreciate it, Daddy Longlegs. Appreciate you. Thank you. Garrett Clark says, purchased a hoodie off your merch site 6+ months ago. Never got it? Anything I could do about it? P.S. Love the content, Josh. Keep it up. Dude, send me the info on that order. I'll reach out to the Teespring people about it. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, really. That's a shame. Brody's says, do you think we will learn it's Abeloth this season? I don't think we will learn definitively one way or the other this season. I think Baylan, and the person was sort of teasing this, that might be something for season 2. I wonder if Baylan is also going to be left on Peridia? I don't really know. Nolan, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. And then it's Brody's follows up and says Shin is a Night Sister and is similar to Ventress. Similar to Ventress. Yeah, I don't think she's a Night Sister, but she is similar to Ventress in a lot of ways, for sure. Yeah. Life Brick says, thoughts on the theory of Babu Frick, a random Anzellan being inside Enoch's helmet controlling him? I've seen the memes. I absolutely love it. It's perfect. It's right up my alley. Love Babu Frick. To be honest with you, that would be more wild than the Abeloth thing. Real talk. If like that thing flipped open and it was Babu, and he's like, hey, you know, like that's gonna be crazier than even Abeloth, but I'll still cheer for it, man. I'm a big fan of Babu. Zion of Western says Doomcock believes that the Night Sisters will destroy the Force and only they will have the power. Is this nonsense? I haven't heard anything about that, and we obviously know that the Force exists after this because of the sequels and stuff. So, no, I don't think so, brother. Big Garaneron says, hey, Josh, if you're interested, I made a create your own Twitch GPT bot called Blankbot. YouTube coming soon. It's all browser-based, usable as OBS source. I mean, that is awesome, man. I got to be honest with you. I don't know how interested I am, to be honest. Even though I hate Streamlabs, it's pretty familiar, and we've got the nerd coin on there as well. So, yeah, I don't know, brother. Appreciate you, though. You know what I was thinking? Can I show you guys something totally random? So I was catching up with some of my like emails and messages with different folks from back in the day, right? And you know what I remembered was right around the time I started doing Nerd Theory originally. So it was like 2+ years ago. I was working on a Star Wars fan fiction that was going to be a comic, and I was even like doing character work with this one artist, and we were going to have a character named Mara who was going to be a Twi'lek Jedi. Can you guys see this? You see that? I found that the other day, and I was like, yo, because I'm thinking about working with that guy again. And I was like, damn, dude, that's really cool. Maybe after I get Unity a little bit more kind of set up, that could be something I could return to. But yeah, I remember that. I remember writing those scripts and everything for that too. It was, you know, like I said, it was years ago now. But this was right around the time when I was like, no, I want to come back into comics, and I was doing some stuff, and that eventually all kind of became the Unity comic. But I would just put it out. I would just put that shit out for free. Because you can't make money off of it, obviously, right? But yeah, maybe we'll revisit that someday. It was kind of a fun story for sure. Okay, Joe fell asleep says maybe replaced Ezra's Rakatan Master with the Zepho. Ooh, that would be really interesting. He's talking about old leaks for a Rebels animated series. We still don't even know if those leaks were ever real, although a lot of them did end up in Ahsoka, so it's like interesting, right? That would be awesome. I'd be down with that. Did you guys notice that even the bandits kind of look like the Zepho a little? What if those bandits are the Zepho? Did you ever consider that? Free erotica comic? No, not quite, brother. Not quite. They kind of look like the Zepho, man, with the like. They kind of have sort of some wideness to their stuff. That would be fascinating if they were Zepho. Okay, Jedi John says 2 years and 2 months. Dave is messing with us. I won't believe any leaks or rumors. No more Marok stuff. And Enoch is nobody. Love y'all. Nerd Vengers for life. Yeah, Enoch's just awesome. Enoch doesn't have to be anybody. Enoch's just a badass. I like that character a lot, dude. When he was like, die well, I was like, dude, this dude's a badass. So I like the Enoch character. Please don't kill off Enoch in the next 2 episodes because I want to get the toys. I want to get the toys, and I'll feel silly if I get the toys and he's smoke or whatever. Kyle says with the 10 spot, appreciate that, brother, says the Star Wars brain has been off since Book of Boba Fett, the mopeds, and now I can't turn it off. What if Thrawn boxes are his troops to man the Dark Force? We can start Dave's movie with the Dark Force rising. It's possible. That's another really interesting part of all of this is like, what are those we all kind of assume they're bodies, maybe. Maybe they're Rakatan power cells meant to take Force users and turn them into batteries. That'd be fascinating. Probably not. Maybe they're dead Zepho. Maybe. Maybe they're dead Night Sisters. Maybe. Maybe they're all dead Yodas being kept in suspension. What if it's an army of cloned Grogus? And the Grogu, our Grogu, was they were trying to clean that up. They didn't want anybody to know. I'm not even joking. What if it's an army of Grogus? And all of them are dark side. Yeah, man, let's go. Callisto says, I know you're busy this week, especially with the first Unity Collectors Town Hall meeting Thursday, but will there be a Prime stream this Friday? Love you, 3000 Nerdcoin. It'll be Sunday, Callisto, but we will do it this Sunday, yeah. So we changed them so they're not on Fridays anymore. I know it's so weird, but we're doing them on Sundays because that's usually when I do like a lot of deep work for the week. It's getting stuff set up. So we'll do one this Sunday. I'll post about it on the Discord, though, so everybody knows. Previx says, what if the statues hold Abeloth's power back somehow? I mean, it could be. I'm not necessarily against that idea. They look creepy as hell. You know, and I think they're probably just from the Dathomiri, probably. And maybe they're... Because, like, man, to me, like... I just see all the signs of Abeloth, man. And like, because the planet when she got like captured there or after the ones left her, like it becomes like this bog filled, like the plants would actually even like eat people. And they were like, it was like a true wasteland. I think there were even like blood in some of the rivers or stuff like that. And I just kind of get that vibe from Peridia, especially with all the spookiness and like Shin talking about how they should probably get out of there and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It's fascinating. I hope we get some answers for sure. Tim O'Brien with a 20 spot. Damn. Very generous, man. Says, glad you went live with no nerd theory tonight. Love your Abeloth theory and think that's who is calling out to Balin. If not her, do you think it's the dark side Zepho, whose name I forgot? LOL. Nerd Vengeance for life. I don't think it's Kujit, man. I don't think it's Kujit. But obviously, like, it feels like the whole thing is there because of Kujit. It's kind of hard to say. It's fascinating, you know, and I'm having a blast, like, trying to make sense of it all and just figure it all out. But, yeah, I don't think so, because isn't he entombed on Dathomir? Isn't he entombed on Dathomir? So why would it say raise Kujit all the way in another galaxy if his body's on Dathomir? What if they brought him over, though? Well, then why did he build a tomb? Why did they build a tomb for him on Dathomir? You know what I mean? That's the mission, Josh. Wait, what? Yeah, so I don't know. It's very interesting, though. Previx says Sabine is going to get possessed by Abeloth because she wants powers. Ooh, I like that. I actually think it'll be Shin Batty. What if Shin Batty gets possessed by Abeloth and becomes like evil, and then she gets the crazy like Abeloth fangs in the mouth and all that? That would be fantastic. She would kill at that too. I mean, people would be heartbroken, but that actress would be incredible, man. She would eat that up. Tyson H says with a 20 spot, very generous, brother, says, do you think that Dave's movie could be what George's sequel was going to be? Maybe the boxes Thrawn has is dead Night Sisters. They'll be brought back to life, and they'll bring back Maul. Dave might be doing George idea. It's possible. I like Darth Maul. Wouldn't be mad at it. But this is like Thrawn. So, like, why would Thrawn want to bring them back? I suppose if it was part of the agreement, but why would ancient Night Sisters give a shit about Maul? I just don't. It doesn't fit well together. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit well together. So I'm not saying that he won't maybe adapt some of that, but I don't think that's what's going on. You know? Like, it's my understanding they didn't even really like Maul, dude. Right? I think you might see some Zabrak in this season, though. Because I think Thrawn is going to go to Dathomir. If it's true that he wins, if it's true that they come into the known galaxy, I actually do think he'll end up on Dathomir. Which would be really cool. That'd be really cool to see. Nolan Diddy, again, welcome. Felix says, donating because of the appreciation I have for the channel and your passion. Good shit. Have a blessed day, Josh. Hey, Felix, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Joe says, any thoughts on Scorsese saying we need to fight back on comic book movie culture today? Loved his movie, but def a cranky old man. Yeah, it just is what it is. He's a cranky old man. I mean, this is the dude that, like, you know what? Take the high road. Let's take the high road on this one. You know, Scorsese has done a lot of incredible work. I'm sure he views movies and cinema in a certain way and wishes it was held in more respect, more esteem. But you know what's kind of like, you know what kind of grinds my gears about that? For the longest time, comic books themselves were not seen as a respectable profession. And there were a lot of artists that would sort of like gatekeep and then tell you if you were a cartoonist or if you were working in comics, you were like a lesser artist and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, dude, that attitude is so stupid. There's obviously been incredible artists that have worked in comics and done some incredible art via the comic book genre. And genre itself, I don't think defines... Genre doesn't decide quality. You know? So, like, there were probably cheap imitators of Scorsese's work that put out a bunch of shitty movies. And it's like, would he prefer it to be like that? Like, that's crazy. So, I just think he's being grumpy about it. It's whatever, you know? Chillin says, change Ezra to Balin and my theory still holds water. That's an Easter egg, not a hit list. A hit list would say Chewbacca. Ahsoka hype. Nerd Avengers for life, take my money. I mean, I don't know. You're saying it wouldn't say Chewie? It would say Chewbacca? Pretty thin there, Chillin, but you're probably right. Cole says, no major twist yet. Theory, Ezra is evil. He unalived all the troopers and made armor out of their dog tags? That's dark, dude. Ezra's a secret villain. Thrawn, real hero? I mean, I applaud the creativity. You know what I mean? I applaud the creativity, but, nah. Sorry, man. Kyle says, Ahsoka post-credit scene starts with the ring around Peridia. Then a hand reaches out, reviving a Purgle from its skeleton, becoming Dave's concept art. Wait, what? Oh, dude, that's fascinating. So, like, turning it back into a ship or, like, making it into an organic ship. That would be fascinating, man. I don't know about that, but I like it. Life Bricks says, still any chance of when we leave this new galaxy and go back to ours that time worked differently and they come back post-sequel trilogy? I highly doubt it. It's technically possible. But I highly doubt it. Plus, don't you want to see young Luke trying to stop Thrawn and all them? Don't you want to see Luke Skywalker doing it? Or would you rather have Rey? Rodolfo says, hey Josh, missed out on your Unity comic. How can I be a part of it? I just really want to help you and get the comic myself. So it will be available for purchase eventually for everybody. That'll probably be like late next year. So you probably have to wait until then. And then we might do like another Kickstarter for like the second volume. I'm not really sure. So yeah, just kind of stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm having a big meeting with a lot of the backers on Thursday, and we're going to discuss some stuff. And yeah, so we'll kind of go from there. Let's see here. Fahad says, Filoni is doing to Ahsoka what J.J. Ryan couldn't do for the sequels. I absolutely agree with that, brother. I really appreciate that, 20. And I agree. I think this is top-notch Star Wars. This, to me, is everything I wanted it to be. Starts off a little bit slow. I still don't love all the decisions they made with, like, Sabine and, like, putting some of that drama with her and Ahsoka off screen. Feels a little like I feel like I was cheated out of a story a little bit. But by and large, man, I think Ahsoka it's so epic. It's so ambitious. It's so Star Wars. It feels perfect. It feels... I mean, I'm literally having a blast as a fan right now. It's crazy how much fun I'm having as a fan right now, and I'm super excited about that. So, thank you, man. Do you think... Oh, Nolan says, hey, Josh, very excited to be a nerd Avenger. Also, can't wait for Unity. Did you send out the Discord link or not yet for the collector's edition? Not yet. That'll probably go out either tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday, brother. But we're going to meet on Thursday. Thanks for the support, bro. SC says, do you think Lucasfilm could tie the Filoni verse to the upcoming Rey movie? P.S. Hera Syndulla is my new favorite Star Wars fantasy babe. Yeah, she's very talented. That Hera, you know, a lot of talent there. Sorry, I was distracted by the cake. Filoni versus Rey. Yeah, it's possible. I think potentially that was the plan. I think Dave was maybe trying to tie all of this stuff together. But then again, Lindelof's version of the movie was a 70-year-old Rey way in the future. So I don't know. Ivan says, bro, you should find a collab for Mondays. Nerd Theory is so inconsistent. I do love Theory, but damn. Yeah, man, look, he had the trips, man. It just is what it is. It's, it's not a big deal. He's got to do stuff. He's got to live his life. Let the man live his life. Plus, I honestly like doing these little streams with y'all to kind of, just keep the hype up and talk rumors and all that. Theory doesn't love it when we talk rumors and leaks and all that, So this is kind of like us, like, going to the backside of the building and, is Theory watching? Somebody look out, and then we kind of huddle around and I'll be like, all right, so this is what we got. So I kind of like the vibe. Jared Smart with the 10 spot says, sup, Josh? It's me again. I believe it is truly the sun since the behind-the-scenes Clone Wars YouTube series, Dave mentions that we will find out more about the Celestials in the future. Interesting. Whoa, did he really say that? Yo, that's crazy. That's cool, man. Can you send me a link to that or something? That's awesome, man. Hope you've been having happy flying, man. Exposeri says, isn't 3PO rumored to pop up? If he is, I'm calling a Leia appearance, or at least he's doing a task for Leia while she's taking care of Ben. Yeah, 3PO is supposed to pop up. I kind of think it might be via a hologram now. But, yeah, you never know. What if that's what's calling to Balin? What if it's C-3PO? Bro, what if it's C-3PO, dark side C-3PO? Yeah, crazy. Darth Crypto says, Josh, look at Ezra's armor in the Ahsoka poster. It looks like the armor is made of Night Trooper dog tags. I saw the armor. I don't think it's made of dog tags, though. Let me look this up, though. Now you guys got me a little curious. It looks like chainmail or like some kind of makeshift chainmail. Okay, so Stormtrooper. Dog tags. Star Wars. Do we have an image of what the dog tags look like canonically in Star Wars? Because I'm getting like actual dog tags for dogs. So I don't see anything, man. The Ewoks had one? What? I mean, I will say they do kind of look like dog tags, but no, it's probably just chainmail that he made, bro. Probably just chainmail. It is curious, though, that he's just wearing the chainmail. Huh. Okay, Gundam says, what timeline would you like to see explored in Star Wars past the sequels? I want to see past the sequels. I think it's important for Star Wars to go past the sequels because everybody brings up they're like, well, it just ends in the sequels. And that's kind of like low-key true. They need to go past it so that then we can really just kind of like skip right past the fucking sequels if we want to. We just be like, just kind of like, So that's what I think. We need to go forward. Mr. Nostalgia says, I think Thrawn Wynn is back in the galaxy destroying the Republic ships. Off topic, but did you see No One Will Save You? #1 movie on Hulu, scary AF. I don't like scary movies, dude. I don't like scary movies, so no, I didn't watch it. Not a fan. I don't like to be afraid. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be afraid. I'm so scared. So what's up, chat? I'll chill with y'all for a little bit longer. I'm sorry I'm not going to go like Nerd Theory long, but I'll kick it with y'all for like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Didn't it look like the bad guys that Sabine fought were wearing Zephian armor? Didn't their helmets have the shape of Kujit head? Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. It does kind of seem like that was maybe just a tease, or maybe that's what it is. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Zabaluch, $20. Holy cow, man. Appreciate that. Says, Unity is going to be my first comic/graphic novel. I'm hyped to dive in. Excited for the last 2 episodes of Ahsoka, but more excited for theory crafting after the episode 8 for the next few years. Let's get crazy. Keep it up, Josh. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support on Unity, and I think you're right. When the show is over, we'll have a lot to speculate about, and that's super cool, super fun. And, apparently, the, what's the freaking show? Skeleton Crew. Apparently, Skeleton Crew's also going to be in The Great Beyond. So, that's wild. That's crazy. So, I wonder if that means anything. I wonder if, I wonder what that means. I wonder how that could tie into everything. Lifebreak says, chance of this season having an Infinity War ending. I mean, I doubt it's going to have an Infinity War ending, but I do think it's going to be pretty dope, man. Not a great day today. Chilling here makes it better, says David Saunders. I am sorry you had a rough day, brother. That sucks. Rough days happen, man. Rough days happen. Get into the tower. Kick back. Let's just chill. Let's just chill up in here. Mr. Nostalgia says, real talk, which hero do you think is left behind? I think it's Ahsoka. I think it makes the most sense that it's Ahsoka. Could be Sabine, I guess. But, what's Sabine going to do out there? And yeah, I think it's Ahsoka most likely, yeah. How about them Cowboys? Oh, yeah, how about them Cowboys? Doing great, huh? Love these extra Monday streams, says Kyle with a 10 spot. I can see potential with Skeleton Crew as a Stranger Things kind of show. Could introduce mysteries like the Grisk, the Rakatan, or the Zepho in the New Beyond. That's true. That is true. Could be cool, man. I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. Like, Jude Law and a bunch of kids is not enough to get me excited, especially because of just the trajectory that Star Wars is on. Been burned enough to be like, well, let's just see about that Skeleton Crew show. You know what I mean? J. Dot says, have we considered Jason Syndulla being one of the main characters of the Skeleton Crew? Also, Ezra and Sabine scene is poop. LOL, I love episode 6, though. I like that scene between them, J. Dot. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Whew. Holy crap, bro. Skeleton Crew. Jason Syndulla. You think he would just leave his mom like that, though? I don't know, man. That would be interesting. I like the dude. I like the actor. I like the character, but I don't know. Darth says, is there any hype for Skeleton Crew? I hear zero about it. Yeah, there's not a lot of hype for it, to be honest, until we get, something. We don't know anything about it, bro. I think they've just shown a shot of, Jude Law coming out of a ship. And they were like, you like Star Wars? You like Stranger Things? You like Jude Law. Shut up and get excited. And we're all like, I don't know about that, bro. Jared Smart with a 20 spot says, my bad, Josh. He actually mentioned seeing them more in Clone Wars episodes. However, I still think it's the son, since the son of Mortis connects to the Rebels show, too. And this is arguably the continuation of, yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe there's something to that. A lot of people keep thinking that with regards to the son. I guess that could be. I wouldn't be mad if it was the son. That would be cool. So then, like, what is that then? Does, like, Balin become the son? That would be crazy. Renee says, since Dave introduced the Bendu, any chance that is what's calling to Balin is the Bogan? Then we get introduced to the Ashla next season. Yeah, but the Bendu wouldn't be that. The Bendu is the balance between the Ashla and the Bogan, right? So, I doubt it. I don't think the Bendu wasn't necessarily even calling to Kanan, I don't think. I think he felt a presence, but I don't think he was necessarily called to one. I keep coming back to the idea of, like, okay, so Balin's seeking the beginning, he's seeking power, he wants to end the cycle. He's also talking about, like, he knows about Peridia, and he knows about Jedi fairy tales. Well, what's, like, if you think about Jedi, like, ancient myths of, like, any civilization, right? It's like, in like Judeo-Christian, it's Eden and the fall of Adam and Eve, right? And it feels like something similar to that could be, like, with Abeloth or something. So, just the fact that he's, like, basically following fairy tales, he obviously doesn't think the Jedi could get it done. Yeah, I don't know. Jen says, Ahsoka has a lot of anime-inspired shots, like all of the cake shots. No joke, but it really has. No, yeah, you're actually dead on about that. You're actually dead on about that. Bendu says, you heard my call. Really? Interesting. Dang. What if it is the Bendu? I wouldn't be mad. I like the Bendu as an idea. And the Bendu could be a Qua as well. Wouldn't that be kind of interesting if the Bendu was a Qua? One Piece update? I mean, we're still trucking along. I don't remember what episode we're on, but we took a little break and did all of Hell's Paradise Season 1. Fantastic anime. If you love, like, crazy, weird stuff, man. Dude, Hell's Paradise is a fantastic anime. Toxic says, Unity! Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thoughts on High Taupe? I don't know who that is, brother. I don't know who that is. It's an ancient Sith Lord? Maybe, but why would Balin consider an ancient Sith Lord the very beginning of everything? You know what I mean? Savannah, hey! Witches leaving Peridia to resurrect Kujit on Dathomir explains why the witches are working with Thrawn. Yup. Hell's Paradise is great. Thoughts on the new Ultimate Spider-Man run? I mean, dude, Jonathan Hickman, say no more. I'm in. I'm actually pretty excited about this stuff that Hickman's doing. Pretty cool. Renee says, I meant the Bogan could be calling to him. Maybe. By the way, Renee, I thought of a really cool scene with the... We'll talk more about this on Thursday, but I thought of a really cool scene with the character that you want to base off of your wife. I actually had a really, really cool scene. I'll explain it on Thursday. Keeping up with Bleach? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Thought the last episode was really good. Loving it. Goldfish, Bugles, or Chex Mix? Dude, it's Goldfish for me. Bugles and Chex Mix are like, it might as well be sawdust to me, dude. Even Goldfish, like that. Those aren't great snacks, brother. I'm sorry. Your snack game is whack. The snack game is whack, bro. Okay, let me help you out. Here's what you need. You need your salty and your sweet together. Okay, so get yourself like some movie theater type popcorn. okay? And get a thing of Milk Duds. And right when that popcorn's like fresh out of the microwave, and make sure it's nice and buttery, nice and salty, you pour your Milk Duds into it. Pour your Milk Duds just right in there. Just right in. Plop, 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 plop. Let them kind of meld into the popcorn a little bit. Yeah, man. Some Milk Dud and popcorn. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Yeah. You got to up your snack game, bruh. Yeah. Gross? Nah, fam? LT? What? You guys are crazy. I'll throw one more at you. Although this one's a little weird. You gotta like milk. Okay? I know. What? Milk? What? Yeah, milk. Good old fashioned milk. Okay? Get a nice ice cold glass. Ice cold glass of milk. And you get a bunch of Skittles. Preferably the sour Skittles. Yeah, the sour Skittles. Okay? And you get a big old ice cold glass of milk and you drop a bunch of Skittles in there. Okay? Now just listen. Stop. Come back. No. Don't run away. Come back. Listen. So what happens is the candy coating goes into the milk and like makes it like a colorful, almost bottom of the cereal bowl kind of milk, like when you eat okay? And then when you finally get to the Skittles, the outside of the Skittles is like almost frozen a little bit, so it creates like a completely different kind of texture. I'm not even kidding, but some of your reactions are pretty funny. I'm not even kidding. Yeah. Just give it a shot. Sheesh. Tremboloni sandwiches? Hell yeah. You're high? No, you're high. And also, I will not confirm nor deny that that's definitely a stoned kind of invention there. Benjamin says, hear me out. A George Lucas biofilm, and you played George Lucas coming up with Star Wars and showing how the vision of it all came to you. That's kind of fun. I would like a movie like that, but like make it a little bit of a parody or an exaggeration and do it in the style of like when they did W. You seen that movie W? Do it like in that style and watch like, because the story of George is kind of interesting in the fact that like he was this total avant-garde filmmaker, total artiste, hated corporations, and he ended up becoming like the owner of you know, it's kind of interesting. Milk is goated, and anyone who disagrees can kick rocks. You keep your Skittles though, brother. M&Ms be down. I mean, yeah, the M&Ms, that works too. That'd be good. Yeah. Yeah. Marinara burgers. Remember that? That was a while back. Yeah, Headless Ned. You know, it's funny. I do think there's something going on with Ezra. I don't think it's that, though, but I do think there's something weird going on with Ezra. Anybody else in here think there's just something weird going on with Ezra? Like, didn't he seem just a little off? Nah? No wonder Josh has heartburn. Yeah, but I'll live until I won't, you know? Josh, you really cooked up something there. Not sure what, but something. Yeah. Yeah, Ezra seems off. Yeah, 100%. He's been there stuck there for years. Yeah, it's true. His eyes are pretty crazy. Yeah. That's why your head was itching? What? Bro. More high fantasy Star Wars? Yes! Let them know. Let them know. That's what we want. That's what we want, Dave Filoni. Frickin' Dave. Ezra Loki hungry for some... Oh, Ezra? It's Ezra. It's not you? It's Ezra, though. Sheesh. First thing I said when I saw Ezra's eyes was White Walker Ezra. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That's not chainmail on Ezra. It's all the tabs from the beer because he's been drinking. Well, damn, he's kept the weight off a little bit better than Thrawn, huh? I'm just kidding. I think Thrawn looks great. Benjamin says, Ezra is way too happy to be in exile with some Dreekin crab people. Very off. Yeah. True. Yeah, true. Yeah. Ezra been out there smoking those runs? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. If it is dog tags, then how do we know Thrawn wants to get the... I know, right? Wouldn't that be crazy if he needs to escape Ezra? But then why would he just send them... yeah, I don't know. Sajid says, he low-key wasn't far from Thrawn Witch Tower at all, and they had a good idea where Ezra was located. Maybe he brokered a deal with them or someone else. Ooh. I like that. Arjun says, did you see that John Campea absolutely hates the show and refuses to talk about it? I didn't see that because I'm pretty sure he retired from YouTube. I'm pretty sure Campea retired from YouTube. So I don't even know. Like, some people like occasionally like mention Campea's takes here and there. And I'm like, didn't he retire from YouTube? No, I didn't. He came back? He still uploads. What do you mean he came back? He retired, but he still has opinions. Oh, so she just saw him in the bar or something? Like, y'all motherfuckers are just like finding him at the bar? And did you hear this? Like, you might as well be like, did you hear this old man at the bar said this? That's the same shit to me. It's the same. He retired, but he still does the show, employs people, and uploads videos. Oh, that sounds like an incredible retirement plan. How do I get that retirement plan? Incredible planning. That's going to go great. I got to say. That's probably going to go great. And you know what? It just proves that he's so smart. That, you know, he's just, his taste is probably just so beyond us peons that he can't mess with Ahsoka. You know what I mean? So, plus, let's be honest, there's not enough wieners in the show. And some people, like, really don't like that because they're like, the Force is female. John Campea. All right, let's stop. You did this, chat. You did this, not me. I'm going to be the adult in the room, and I'm going to pull us back. Let's take it back a couple of steps. Jen says, Zero dude respawns when he dies, then goes in the direction of the butterfly effect, trying to change something and making it worse. Great anime. Oh, shit. Dude, actually, somebody was talking to me about ReZero. It might have been my wife, actually. Might have to check that out. Might have to check it out. Ferner says, wait. What's up, Josh? So excited for tomorrow. Me too, man. Me too. I'm excited. Arjun says, do you think Balin's ending will be satisfying? Oh, that's a good question. I don't really know, brother. I hope so. And I hope it's going to be tough, though. Like, they're going to have to recast. That's going to be challenging. It's just going to be, like, hard. Like, what... Yeah, I don't know. I feel the same as Christian Harloff does about the lack of urgency with Sabine and Ezra's reunion. It was cringe and was a black eye for a great episode. Oh, that's crazy. So I didn't know he thought that. I actually really liked that moment. I thought it was really well earned. But not everything's going to hit for everybody. It is what it is. I bet Christian's still enjoying the show. I bet Christian is still talking about the show. And I bet Christian's not retiring and then unretiring and stuff. So, you know. How do we know how long the episode is? I don't really know, man. I hope it's nice and lengthy. Pause. Shin Hati maybe is needed for some embodiment for Abeloth. Yeah, maybe. I actually wouldn't mind that at all. I'm telling you, Balin is going to have a change of heart after he sees what's calling him, and he's going to be left behind or die. That would be crazy. What if he's just like, nope? Like, he sees it, and he's like, that shit's too wild, you know? That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. Shin Hati is Mara Jade. I don't know about that. Haven't seen them do any stuff in a while. What you mean, bruh? What are you talking about? Bro, best believe that Ezra's smacking his lips around Sabine for real, for real. Yeah. Probably. Probably. Liev Schreiber wouldn't be bad as Balin. A lot of people were saying Gerard Butler, and I like that as well. I think Gerard Butler could do it. I think this is what's cool is like regardless of who takes over, if they go that route, like Ray left us with such an absolutely incredible performance that the other actor will be able to sort of pull from that, take inspiration from that, even borderline emulate that or something. So the character should still kind of remain, and like Ray's touches on that should be there. Although that's another weird thing too, where it's like, do you want to just reinvent yourself? I don't really know, but I just really like Balin. I really like the performance from Ray, and it's a damn shame that he passed. You know, Ezra versus Balin Tom. Who wins? What the fuck? Who's Balin Tom? Like, what? Who dat? Whoever was the Admiral guy from One Piece as Balin. Yeah, that guy's pretty good. I like that guy actually. Yeah. Balaam. Beelin? He left behind an incredible performance. He did. Did you see Jamie Lee Curtis is lobbying to play Dr. Korra in One Piece? I actually did see that. Some people were saying she's scabbing too because she said it before the strikes were over or whatever. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool, man. I think it's real cool. Butler looks more like Ray than Liev does. I agree with that, but I think they could probably make it work either way. I mean, they both kind of have that same presence. It feels like they would be able to give a similar performance. Yeah. Beetlejuice? What? Kevin Patel says, wait, why are people telling you Campia retired? He hasn't retired at all. I thought he literally retired. He's like, we're done doing the John Campia show. Didn't he say that? Stream today, Ahsoka tomorrow, darts tournament on Wednesday, and Unite on Thursday. Epic week for me. Balin is such a character. Hell yeah, man. It's a good week. Definitely a good week. I'm excited. Argent's Tom meant tomorrow. My bad. Oh. Yeah, I think that'll probably happen tomorrow. Yeah. I was like, who the hell is Balin Tom? Like some more casual version of Balin? I don't know. He just moved it to podcast only. Oh, okay. That's weird. That's a weird move. Somehow Campia returned, indeed. Jeez, we got stuck on such a John Campia detour there. You know, kudos to John. Kudos to John, you know. He has such a pull via the scene that even though he retired and then unretired and doesn't do YouTube anymore but still does YouTube, but you guys still talk about him. You know, if I retire from YouTube and don't retire, are you guys going to talk about me? Sheesh. Nope. That's what I thought. Freaking buttholes. He moved his main show to podcast only and video for subscribers. Just Q&A live streaming for super chats every day. Well, what the fuck is the difference then? All right. Cool. Cool. Yeah, we talk about milk and Skittles. Yeah. Tell him, McClunky. Yeah. All right. You guys are wild. Depends on how much we pay you to talk. Jeez, man. He brought Rob back, didn't he, after a view started dipping? Did he do that? Is Rob back? What's up, Patrick? Hope you're doing well, man. Conchu says, Thrawn needs to cut down on that Dathomiri Poo-Tang pie. Too high in calories. Damn! Damn, you think that's what it is? You think Thrawn's been on Peridia? Laying some blue pipe? Is that what you were saying to me right now? Is that what you are saying to me right now? I'm asking for clarification. You guys are the ones that brought it up. Yeah. Locals call him Big Blue. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. That tracks though. What the fuck? You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. All right, folks. I'm probably going to call it there. Great spot to end it. Exit stage left. Much love to y'all, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. We will be at it tomorrow. Nerdventure stream in the morning. Ahsoka watch party at 8:30 at night. I'm excited, man. I think tomorrow we're in for it. I think it's going to be a great episode. I'm super hyped up. So I will see you all tomorrow. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Great mothers, I must once again show you why they call me Big Blue. Anyway, is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? That was a good one. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to do bad things. Much love. Much love. I'll see y'all later. Make sure you open up your third eye and wash out your stinky butt. I'll see you later.